Alrighty, here we are. Welcome to Zoot Sports Talk, where we're bringing you the AFC Championship game straight up with no twists. And how's everybody doing out there on this Sunday afternoon? We're getting cozy on the couch and watching some big time playoff football. Should have it all today on this Sunday. An unbelievable slate of games headed for us. NFC Championship game a little later, obviously. Let me get nice and cozy for this one. And, the consensus is that the Chiefs will win, but the Bengals are dangerous. They have weapons. I trust the Bengals defense more than the Chiefs defense at this point. I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Bengals won. I'm predicting the Chiefs home field advantage, and Mahomes, Kelsey, and Hill are going to go a long way in this one, but certainly a winnable game. Joe Burrow has the weapons. Kansas City did not do a good job against Gabriel Davis last week. So what's the possibility of Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Mixon, and company having a big game? Very big possibility, right? They already did it. And what I like about the Bengals offense is that they have the ability to do quick strikes. And with the lead, they also have the ability to play a little clock, right? They have a lot of offense where they could think about time of possession. If they have the lead, how this game begins is going to be very important. But with that all being said, I still like Kansas City. Mahomes is a beast in the playoffs. He has only lost two playoff games, both to Brady. And the Bengals, and you look at the Bengals with their history in the playoffs. They haven't won that many playoff games. Ken Anderson won a couple of games for them in '81. They beat the Buffalo Bills and they beat the San Diego Chargers. Boomer, the year they went to the Super Bowl, beat the Seahawks and they beat the Buffalo Bills in the championship game. And then they won a game in 1990 against the Houston Oilers before losing to the Raiders in 1990. And all those games were on home turf. Joe Burrow is the only quarterback in Bengals history to win playoff games on the road, and he's going to have to do it again today if he's going to give the Cincinnati Bengals a chance at winning their first Super Bowl, getting to a third Super Bowl. So that's where we're at. It looks like it's good weather, so that should mean a lot of offense in this game. Let's see who gets the ball first. And welcome everybody. Mia says hello as well. And I'm waiting to see who will get the ball first. Obviously, you automatically think, all right, you want to get off to that fast start, especially in this game, especially that the opposing team will get the ball started the third quarter, which is very important. It looks like Kansas City is going to be kicking off. So that means Cincinnati will start first on offense. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase had a huge game against Kansas City in week 17. Now there's a little bit more at stake, obviously, and we'll see how it goes. Kansas City coming off of that tremendous game against Buffalo, where it looked like with 13 seconds to go, their season was done. Not the case. Joe Burrow and the Bengals overcame 9 sacks against Tennessee Titans, the number one seeded Tennessee Titans. It should be a dandy. Here we go. Burrow under center, Chase in motion, and it's going to be a handoff to Mixon, who gets a couple of yards on the first down carry. Burrow, obviously, great comeback season. He told the Bengals he wanted Chase in the draft. He wanted the LSU connection in the pros. He said, no, I know the offensive line needs help, but I want number one. I want Jamar Chase playing with me, and here we go. Burrow now out of the shotgun, fakes a handoff, passes to Chase, and Chase makes a nice move to get away from a tackle, but not much after that. It's going to be third and about 5. So right away, an important third down for Joe Burrow to convert. He's going to need better protection this week. I don't think he can overcome 9 sacks in this game. Kansas City's offense is just too good. Cincinnati's loaded with offensive weapons. Let's see what they do. Third and 5. Mixon in the backfield. Burrow out of the shotgun. Man in motion. Shot clock down to 2. Snap is good. Decent protection. Quick strike, but it's broken up. Burrow went to Boyd, who was double teamed, and they're going to have to punt. So today I like the Chiefs, although I think the Bengals can be dangerous. I also like the Niners. I have to like the Niners. They're the team I picked to go to the Super Bowl. But nothing would shock me in these games. I think all 4 teams have an excellent chance of winning. I think any outcome is possible, really. I mean, I think both games can be letdowns and disappointments in terms of it not being close games. You just don't know what you're going to get. And it's a good punt in the sense for the Bengals. They got a good Bengals bounce to pin Kansas City back inside the 20. Didn't look like a good punt initially, but it did get a Cincinnati bounce, I should say, and Kansas City will start inside the 20. Here comes Mahomes, 2-1 in championship games, 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He's already on his way of being one of the best quarterbacks of all time if he can sustain it. He's gotten off to one of the best starts you could ever possibly get off to in his early career. And here he is out of the shotgun, and he hands off to number 1, who gets a big gain on first down. McKinnon, who has emerged late in the season as a formative weapon out of that backfield. How many yards did they give him on that first down run? They gave him 7, so it's 2nd and 3. Championship games are always fun. I mean, I don't think we could ever get better excitement than that divisional round last weekend, but this is for the big one. This is for the trip to the Super Bowl. Mahomes out of the shotgun, has some time, swings it to McKinnon for a first down rather, and then some. So McKinnon is making his presence felt early. You also got Kelsey, Hill out there, Pringle, and Mahomes had a nice pocket, easy pass to convert for him. No pressure there. So right away, Kansas City gets the first down, and they're marching. First and 10. Mahomes out of the shotgun once again. Kelsey in motion. Once again, good protection, quick decision to Tyreek Hill, and he gets close to a first down. He's about a yard or 2 short from the first down catch. Very early in this one, first quarter, 11:50 into the first quarter, and Kansas City is looking at a 2nd and 2. Mahomes out of the shotgun once again, man in motion. McKinnon in the backfield, and he gets the handoff, and he's going to be shy of the first down. It's going to be about a 3rd and 1. A lot at stake here today, and you see the importance of the regular season because it's a much different atmosphere when you're playing on the road, when you're the Chiefs especially. 3rd and 1, Mahomes on the center. Quick handoff to the fullback, and forward progress might have got him the first down, but it's going to be close. It's going to depend on the spot, and looking at that spot, they're going to be short. It's going to be 4th down and less than a yard, and I think they're going to go for it. Andy Reid is known for this. Ball is just about at midfield. You expect them to go for it. So big moment in the game for this Bengals defense, who came up big last week against the Titans. This is obviously a much different offense than Ryan Tannehill and company. And they're showing the replay. On the replay, it appears they might have gotten a bad spot. So are we going to see a challenge? It looks like Andy Reid is challenging the spot. And based on the instant replay, if they are indeed challenging it. I think they're going to get it. Based on the replay, it certainly looked like forward progress was enough for a Kansas City first down. So we'll see. A challenge early. Obviously, if he does not win the challenge, they blow a timeout. But timeouts in the first half of playoff games are not as precious as in the second half of playoff games. And Kansas City learned that last week as they had all three timeouts with 13 seconds to go. So we're in a commercial break here, and we got to see about the replay. Cincinnati Bengals have not ever won a Super Bowl. It's interesting, all four teams that are left obviously have been to Super Bowls. And you have the Niners leading the pack with the most wins. Kansas City has two Super Bowl victories. And I believe four Super Bowl appearances, if I'm not mistaken, right? They were in the very first Super Bowl and lost. And they were in last year's and lost, and they won another two. And the Los Angeles Rams have been to two Super Bowls and lost. And as the St. Louis Rams, they've been to two Super Bowls and won one. Well, the Bengals got to two and have not won. They've lost to the Niners twice by close games. Twice to Joe Montana and Bill Walsh. And there are a lot of people who are thinking it's a strong possibility that that might be a third time where you're going to get the Bengals and the Niners in the Super Bowl. It's going to be an extremely tall order, though, for the Bengals to win in Kansas City. Obviously, if this fourth down challenge doesn't go their way and they stop them, that's huge for the Bengals. You don't want to fall too behind against this team, but it's still very early. I would imagine Kansas City was a decent favorite. I don't really pay attention to the betting odds. And I would imagine the Rams are a slight favorite. Obviously, last week, the, the road teams had a field day, winning every game but the last game in Kansas City. And Buffalo damn near came out with a road win in Kansas City last week. So we're waiting the challenge, and it looks like they did win the challenge, as it looked like they got enough of the first down, and the challenge does give it to them. So we're back to live action. First down handoff to McKinnon, and he gets about 7 or 8 yards on the first down run. Man, this McKinnon is something else. This fine. He came in and he emerged late in the season. You had Clyde Edwards-Helaire for a decent amount of the season. You had Williams, who stepped in for Helaire when he was hurt. Both of those guys are kind of like banged up now. You got Frank Gore's kid who hasn't really caught on yet, but this McKinnon is being a beast. And there's a first down pass, Mahomes to Kelsey. I mean, Mahomes is off to a good start, and would you expect anything else if you look at his playoff record? I mean, even with the one loss in the championship game to New England, the guy has 9 touchdowns and 0 interceptions in championship games. Incredible. 1st and 10 now. Chiefs are in their own territory. Mahomes out of the shotgun. This time he does get some pressure, but he escapes and he's going to run for a 1st down and he gets out of bounds untouched. That was one of the big things about the game last week, where the Buffalo Bills were getting a lot of pressure on Mahomes early in that game, and his scrambling ability, his escapability, his ability to throw on the run was just sensational. If he was a stationary quarterback, he wouldn't have had a chance. That's why you don't see too many stationary quarterbacks in today's NFL. They just can't make it in the NFL these days. Mahomes out of the shotgun, hands off to McKinnon, who breaks a tackle and barrels forward inside the 20 for about 6 or 7 yards on 1st down. So very early on, Kansas City is showing the Bengals that they are the boss. And they're already close. They're already in the red zone. They're getting closer to goal line territory. And at 2nd and 4, they gave McKinnon 6 yards on that 1st down run. And this guy McKinnon is very important. He hasn't played a whole lot this year, so you know he's a fresh body. Mahomes out of the shotgun, fakes a handoff, quick pass to Hill. Hill makes a move to get the 1st down and get close to the 10-yard line. They're going to call it 1st and 10. So technically, the Chiefs can get a 1st down without getting in the end zone. They call it 1st and 10. And very quick decisions and quick passes by Mahomes. Very little pressure on this drive by the Bengals defense. Now here's Mahomes under center. They got to finish the drive off. Kelsey in motion. McKinnon in the backfield. Play action pass. Mahomes has time. Doesn't seem to have anybody open. He's on the run. He throws on the run, and he hits Hill in the back of the end zone, and it's going to be a touchdown. Kansas City. That was a beautiful throw and catch by Mahomes and Hill. So Kansas City right away on the board, 6-0, barring the extra point. And we got Sky Matic 21 coming in. Welcome, first time viewer. The weather looks unbelievable. It's sunny. Doesn't look like it's cold at all. Weather is not a factor one bit. Mo, it's Mo. Oh, Skyrim. Okay, makes sense that it's Mo. Welcome to the chat, Mo. Extra point is good. 7-0 Kansas City. So Joe Burrow and the Bengals had the ball first, went 3-and-out, had to punt. Kansas City marched right down the field with relative ease to get a touchdown. So now Mahomes is 10 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in championship games. Mo likes the Chiefs and the Rams today. So we got a interesting start to this game. Yep, Chiefs wasted no time. So now Joe Burrow, they're going to have to do something here on this drive. You don't need me to tell you that. Uh, it was a 3rd and 5, and Mahomes went to Boyd, who was double teamed. Sorry, Burrow rather went to Tyler Boyd, who was double teamed. Interesting choice to go to with so much talent on offense. You wonder, and with guys named Chase and Higgins and Mixon as part of your arsenal, you wonder why they opted for Boyd, who was double teamed. He wasn't under severe pressure where he had to get rid of the ball quickly. Maybe a little pressure, as cool as Joe Cool has been, and he has experience in big games in college, but let's see. This is where he's got to be ice water and get the ball moving. We'll see. I mean, you would imagine that to win this game, you got to put up at least 30 points, especially with the way it started when the Bengals beat the Chiefs a couple of weeks ago. It was a 34-31 victory in favor of Cincinnati. Kansas City kicks off into a sea of red at Arrowhead Stadium, and then the kick will not be returnable, so Burrow gets to start on the 25-yard line. Mo says Mahomes is a beast and a role model for kids to look up to. Heck, never mind kids, I look up to him. And the guy's unbelievable. But we'll see what happens. Here comes Burrow. Man in motion. Hands off to the running back who barrels forward for positive yardage. It's going to be about 2nd and 7. So important for the Bengals to get it going. Positive yards on first down is nice, but you got to get the first down here, and you still need 7 yards to make that happen. 2nd and 7. Burrow out of the shotgun. Man in motion. Low snap that Burrow has to handle, and pressure comes right away. He does get the ball off. Good completion. Not many yards on the gain, but it could have been a lot worse. It was a bad snap and a quick decision by Burrow. So it's going to be 3rd down again, 3rd and about 5. But that was a bad snap. That's one of the other elements. Yep, you like Grady from Sanford and Son. I got to throw in some surprises on this slideshow. I'll finish my point after this 3rd and 5. Burrow out of the shotgun again. One man in the backfield, 3 wide receivers out. Again, Burrow's on the run. It looks like he's going to get the first down with his legs, and he slides right after the first down. So that might have been a design play where Burrow was just going to take off with it. But that's another element of the NFL now, that quarterbacks from the 70s and a good portion of the 80s didn't have to deal with, where there was so many snaps out of the shotgun, where you really had to make sure the snaps were true. That's an element that, as the game has progressed, we've seen more and more snaps out of the shotgun. But here's Burrow under center, hands off to Mixon, who doesn't get much, maybe a yard. You know, 70s, unless you were Tom Landry and Staubach, nobody was using the shotgun. The 80s, you saw it a little more, but certainly not as much. Typically on 3rd and longs, teams would go out of the shotgun, but there were a lot of teams who didn't do shotgun at all in the 80s. I know Washington under Joe Gibbs never did. Then in the 90s, you saw it a little bit more. Now you see it all the time. 1st, 2nd down, shotgun snaps. You got to make sure those snaps are true. And that time, the snap out of the shotgun was good, and a quick decision by Burrow over the middle to Mixon to make it a more manageable 3rd and 2. So 3rd and 2 coming up. Bengals getting close to midfield and doing a much better job on this possession. Nothing big to Jamar Chase yet. So Burrow is going with the second and third options. And they're trying to establish the running game. Shotgun again for Burrow. Quick decision. Looks like a first down to number 83. Yep, 1st and 10. Nice quick outlet pass for the first down. So Burrow's collecting himself nicely, and he's utilizing his weapons. And I like the fact that they're trying to get the running game involved. Obviously, they're behind, but it's so early. But what I said at the start of the game is I like the Bengals offense because they have quick strike ability, but they also have the ability to play time of possession, especially if they're ahead. And here's Burrow again under center. Look for a play action pass here, and that's exactly what happens. He's going deep, nothing there. Deflected ball that was almost intercepted, but luckily for the Bengals, it was just an incomplete pass. So nothing happening with the play action, and a dangerous pass. And number 87 from Cincinnati is hobbled. The intended receiver, high throw. He had no chance of catching it, but he put hands on it, which made it a deflection and almost an interception. But there were no defenders from Kansas City who really had a play on it. Literally 3 Kansas City defenders dived for the ball, but none of them came close to picking it off. 2nd and 10 now. Burrow, empty backfield out of the shotgun. Chiefs showing pressure. Burrow calling an audible. Let's see if they blitz. Here comes some heat. Burrow gets it off over the middle of the tight end, I think. Good first down completion by Burrow. Make it 3rd and 5. Another important third down coming up. So if nothing else, this possession has kept Mahomes off the field and has given Cincinnati some good field position, but they obviously want to keep going, and they got to convert a 3rd and 5. Burrow out of the shotgun, man in the backfield. He stays in the block, and he hits the receiver on the outlet, number 83 again for a first down. So far, no Jamar Chase, but he's certainly a presence. Burrow's attacking the single coverage now and doing a good job of taking what the defense is giving him. This is a good response by the second-year quarterback. Here's Burrow on the center. Possible play action once again. One running back in the backfield. This time they do hand it off, and they get a big run from Mixon, a first down run, and then some. He keeps going, and he's pushed out of bounds. Big run on first down. That's the danger. That's the other element of the NFL today. When a quarterback is not out of the shotgun, when he is taking the ball under center, is always a good possibility of a play action pass. They do that quite a bit. This time Burrow added a shotgun on first down. One man in the backfield with him. Chase in motion. Now Chase goes in the backfield and he runs back the other way. Little trickery, and Burrow has nobody to throw to. Now he goes into the end zone and he just throws it away. I think that time, whatever the Bengals were trying to do, they out-faked themselves more than they out-faked Kansas City. That was a wasted possession right there on first down. all kinds of guys going in motion, and Burrow was like doing a do-si-do and just threw it out of the end zone. Smart decision to just get rid of it because there nothing was happening on that possession. So now we're looking at second and two, 48 seconds to go in this first quarter. 7-0 Kansas City in this AFC Championship game. Burrow out of the shotgun. Snap is good. Fades it into the end zone and almost caught number 85 Higgins. Certainly was a catchable ball, but he did not put it. He did not secure it. Looked like he got away with a hold there, Kansas City. That's the reason why he didn't catch it on the replay. He had to pretty much try and catch it with one hand because the other hand was occupied by a Kansas City defender, and yet no flag. The officials holding on to the laundry early in this game. That should have been a pass interference. 3rd and 10 now. Once again, Burrow out of the shotgun. Let's see if they try and get Jamar involved in this one. He goes to the end zone again to chase, and once again, aggressive defense by Kansas City and no flag. If they weren't going to throw a flag on the first one, they weren't going to throw it here because this wasn't as obvious. But then Ward, Kansas City defender, was all over Burrow. And Kansas City looks like they're going to hold Cincinnati to 3. I don't think Cincinnati's going to try and go for it. McPherson, who's got the golden leg, this should be a chip shot for him. 32-yard attempt. And it is good. So 7-3 Kansas City over the Cincinnati Bengals. Still 36 seconds to go in this first quarter on this championship Sunday. So impressive drive for Burrow. But once they got down in red zone territory, it kind of all fell apart. They had that weird down where Chase was in the backfield, then he went behind the quarterback, and there was not really anything going on, so Burrow just had to throw it away. And then they took 2 shots at the end zone, and they didn't come up with anything. So they kind of went away from what got them downfield. Quick decisions, slants, outlet passes. On 3 straight plays, they didn't do anything that got them into the good position. So interesting calls by the offensive coordinator. And you just don't know how well you can sustain field goals and still stay in this game. Now the pressure is on the Bengals defense to do something on this possession. So we got Mo, first time viewer and chatter. He should follow. Kong is yet to make an appearance. I know this is a nervous day for Kong. His Rams are 1 game away to making the Super Bowl. And he's still jerking off on Jim Everett in the process. But Jim Everett and Flipper Anderson are not going to help him today. If they want to get there, they're going to have to do something that Jim Everett and Flipper Anderson could not do, and that's beat the San Francisco 49ers in the championship game. Mo seems to think that the Rams are going to win and win fairly easily, if I'm not mistaken, Mo, right? You said because you said you would be shocked if the Niners won, so that's telling me you must like the Rams fairly easily. A team that lost to the Niners something like 6 straight games, so Mo obviously knows something we all don't. But I'm not going to talk about that game too much more because we got a good one going here. And Cincinnati is kicking off. The kick is not returnable, so Mahomes will start on the 25-yard line. First possession, Kansas City marched down the field with relative ease. They did get pressure on Mahomes once, and he just scrambled out of trouble for a big first down run. I mean, Mahomes, when he's on the run, is unbelievable. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I thought Elway was good on the run. This guy blows Elway away. I mean, he even throws things underhanded, and it's right on the money. So here we go out of the shotgun. Play action pass, and Mahomes goes deep, and he hits the receiver. Was it caught? Yes, it was. Number 17, big strike downfield. Perfect pass by Mahomes. The only question I had is, did the receiver hold on to it? Out of the shotgun, fakes the handoff, and knows exactly where he wants to go and delivers a perfect pass to number 17 for a big gain on first down. So that's the end of the first quarter. Another beautiful. Mahomes is on target today early. And he's being able to throw the ball in a comfortable pocket on most possessions. Something he really didn't get a chance to do against Buffalo last week. He didn't have a comfortable pocket for a good portion of that game. He was always on the run. He was always showing his great escapability. Now, Kansas City's offensive line is doing a good job and giving him a chance to show how really good he is. I mean, if you don't get pressure on Mahomes, I mean, he's even that much better. It's scary how good he could be, right? When have we seen Mahomes be vulnerable? When his offensive line is not protecting him. Other than that, I don't think he's ever had a bad game in the playoffs. And he's had very few bad games in the regular season, you know. Didn't have a great year this year compared to his standards. But in a lot of those games, the offensive line was not good. So far, early on today, they're right on. So we'll see what happens. But second quarter is going to tell a big tale here. Kansas City is looking very, very impressive. It looks like they're doing things with relative ease. Whereas just about everything the Bengals have gotten so far in this game has been a pretty big struggle. But still very early. Don't count out the Bengals defense to do something here. And they're going to need to. That much is clear. At one point, if Kansas City goes ahead here with another touchdown, at what point do you throw field goals out? I guess you have to just play it as it goes. So we're getting ready to start the second quarter. And a nice overhead shot of Kansas City Stadium, and you see all kinds of red. And here comes Mahomes out of the shotgun once again. This time he hands off to McKinnon. McKinnon gets good yards, breaks a couple of tackles to make it even a better run on first down. They're doing pretty much anything they want to do right now. So that was 7 yards on that first down run. Now we got 2nd and 3. And number 87, the tight end, C.J. Uzoma, looks like it's questionable to come back. That's a big loss, a big weapon for Cincinnati that they might not have the rest of the game. 2nd and 3, Mahomes out of the shotgun. Tyreek Hill in motion. Snap is good. Mahomes fakes the handoff, has some pressure coming in late. He delivers a pass to Hill that was not caught. 3rd and 3. Wasn't a perfect pass, but it looked to me like Hill could have come up with it. Let's see if they give us a replay. But that time, Cincinnati did come with some pressure. 3rd and 3. Pressure is on. Mahomes out of the shotgun. McKinnon in the backfield with him. Waiting for the snap. Snap is true. Good protection early. Mahomes scrambles out. Passes to McKinnon for a first down. Chiefs are once again inside the 20. More red zone football for Kansas City. So there, Mahomes didn't rush it. His intended receivers were not open, so he just scrambled out of the way and delivered a little toss to McKinnon for the first down. He's just so good moving around that pocket and throwing while he is moving. It's hard to sustain him. You really got to get pressure on him like you saw in the Super Bowl last year to neutralize what he could do. Out of the shotgun, Mahomes delivers a big strike to Hill over the middle. He's brought down, gain of about 6 on that first down pass. It's going to be 2nd down. 2nd and 4, Kansas City. They're getting closer to that end zone. That time, he hits Hill on the slant right over the middle. Basic football one-on-one. 2nd and 4, this time Mahomes is on the center. Hands off to McKinnon, who's stopped short of the first down by about 2 yards. So another 3rd down coming up. 3rd and 2. This is the second time that Kansas City is inside the red zone, and they're looking at a 3rd down now. 3rd and 2, Mahomes is out of the shotgun. Man in motion, McKinnon in the backfield. McKinnon goes out on a slant. Mahomes is pressured, and this time he doesn't have anybody. He's on the run. He does escape. Now he throws on the run to Kelsey for a touchdown. Oh my gosh. How amazing was that? And they're going nuts in Kansas City. I mean, he made something out of nothing there, and he knew exactly where to go. He knew where Kelsey was going to be once he got out of the pressure. Beautiful touch. Kelsey wide open. Another 6 points for the master. Wow. So even when you get pressure on him, he could beat you, as I was just saying. And, playing together so long in big pressure situations, I mean, he just knew somebody was going to be there, and he delivers the touchdown pass. Extra point is good. 14-3 Kansas City. So now Mahomes has 11 touchdowns and no interceptions in the championship game. Well, Cincinnati is going to have trouble keeping pace. But what choice do they have? They have to keep pace, right? Watch it, sucker is right. We'll be back soon. All righty, and we are back, and the Kansas City Chiefs are off to a blazing start in this AFC Championship game. And what a season has been up until now for Kansas City. I mean, they did not start off good. The defense started off horrible. And Mahomes, based on his standards, did not have a really big year. But they have turned it on lately, and they've been unbelievable so far in the playoffs, offensively anyway. And another kick that will not be returnable, so Joe Burrow comes at it again. And a lot of people want to say, oh, that game last week with Buffalo, yeah, sure, it was fun, but where's the defense? Well, Kansas City did a heck of a good job on defense against Pittsburgh. And let's see what they do so far in this game with Cincinnati. It's still a long way to go, but right now Burrow only has 3 points. There we go again. There's that weird pass again with Chase running all over the place and nothing doing, and Burrow's got to get rid of it. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, if Kansas City does a good job today and doesn't surrender a lot of points to Cincinnati, I mean, giving up a whole bunch to Josh Allen, I mean, who wouldn't? What defense is going to stop Josh Allen at this point? But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Burrow did put up 34 points against this defense a short time ago, and let's see what happens the rest of this game. 2nd and 10, 2 men in the backfield for Burrow. He's out of the shotgun now. Chase is in motion. Hands it off to Mixon, who gets a big first down run. That time the trickery did work. Jamar Chase was a decoy, and they just gave it to Mixon, and he ran right up the middle for a first down. Here we go. Burrow under center. Look for the play action. Once again, Chase is in motion, and he gets on the jet sweep. Chase gets the handoff and gets maybe a yard. Kansas City was all over that. Jet sweep to Jamar Chase, nothing doing. Does Jamar Chase even have any targets yet in this game? Certainly been a factor, but I can't recall him getting any passes his way as of yet. 2nd and 7. Once again, Burrow under center, Mixon in the backfield. Everybody is tight on the offense. Once again, Chase is in motion, hand off to Mixon, and they're all over it. He got maybe a yard, so it's going to be 3rd and about 6. It's crucial for Cincinnati to convert here. 3rd and 6. 10:15 to go in this second quarter. Shotgun snap is good. Pressure is coming in. Burrow gets it incomplete. Incomplete. The heat was coming, and Burrow had to get rid of it. So it's going to be 4th down. At this point on the field, they're at about the 41. I don't think they could go for it on their own 41. I think they're going to have to punt. They're going to have to try and pin Kansas City back as much as possible and try and figure Mahomes out. High snap on the punt, but the punter handles in and gets off a nice kick. Out of bounds. He angled it out of bounds at about the 20. So not a great punt. And the defense has been on the field a long time already, and they're going to have to try and get a stop. So far, 2 possessions for Kansas City and 2 touchdowns. And Mahomes has been out of his mind, and he hasn't even really gone that heavy to Mr. Hill yet. We've seen a lot of McKinnon on this drive, on these drives, I should say. Obviously, Kelsey with the big touchdown reception. There's just so many ways that they could beat you. And it looks like, they peaked towards the end of the season. The offense has been incredible. I mean, yeah, Jamar Chase and Burrow had career games against them. But Mahomes put up 31 points. That was a shootout in week 17. 14-3. This possession here could very well dictate how this game is going to go. Cincinnati has not had that many playoff appearances as we already talked about. They had a playoff appearance in the 70s. I want to say 75. I can't remember. I can't remember who they. I mean, I wasn't around then, and that game is not on YouTube, so I haven't seen it. Let's check real quick. I don't think it was Pittsburgh that they lost to. Let's see. It was Oakland. Okay, 1975. Cincinnati was 11-3, and they lost to the Oakland Raiders 31-28 in the playoffs. And they also lost to the Raiders in 1990, who went on to get hammered by the Bills in the championship game. But enough history. We got some current football right now. Shotgun handoff to the running back. This time it looks like Edwards-Helaire, and he gets a couple on first down. At least I think that was Edwards-Helaire. I don't think that was number 1 McKinnon. But they quickly went to some highlights of the Bills game last week, so I'm not sure what happened on that run. But if they got 2 yards, it was a lot. Oh, they call it a 3-yard gain. Okay. Empty backfield from Mahomes now out of the shotgun. Bengals might have jumped. We see the flag. Free play from Mahomes. He goes downfield to number 17, just out of his reach. But I think we're going to get an encroachment on the Bengals. That's it. 5-yard penalty. Still first down. Well, not a great start for Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Jamar Chase has not been a factor at all. Oh, no, not a first down. Second, and that was second down. Sorry. So 5-yard penalty makes it 2nd and 2. Another handoff out of the backfield. Edwards-Helaire this time does get the first down. Well, Cincinnati cannot get a stop. Most touchdown passes in championship games. Tom Brady 21, Joe Montana 13, Bart Starr 11, Patrick Mahomes 11. Joe Montana has 13 in 7 games. Mahomes has 11 touchdown passes in 4 championship games. And he's going to try and add to his total. Mahomes added his shotgun. Hill in motion. Mahomes drops back, looking to go deep, nothing there, so he checks it down to Kelsey, who makes a nifty move, another first down for Kansas City. I mean, Mahomes is no doubt a gunslinger. I mean, he had those crazy numbers in college, but each year he's getting more and more disciplined, which is damn scary for the NFL. Right? He wanted to go downfield with that, but he didn't see what he liked, so he checked it down to Kelsey. Edwards and Hilaire in the backfield. Mahomes out of the shotgun, 1st and 10. Another handoff to Edwards Hilaire, makes a nice move and gets a nice first down run. And Kansas City once again is approaching red zone territory. It's been all Kansas City thus far in this first half, and we have 7:35 to go in this half. And it's kind of unfair to expect the Bengals defense to bail them out when the offenses did very little. But the Bengals D is going to have to bail them out. At the very least, their goal should be to force a field goal attempt here. But they have the Bengals reeling. Mahomes is perfect. The running game is doing well. The offensive line is playing well. They just don't have any answers. They're going to have to come up with some soon. 1st and 10. Mahomes out of the shotgun. Another handoff. Good blocking, but not much there. Good defensive pursuit by Cincinnati. But Edwards-Helaire will not go down, and he makes something out of nothing there. He got about 3 yards out of there. They call it 4 yards. Wow. And he should have been stopped right at the line of scrimmage, and he wasn't. So if Edward Hilaire is going to add to what McKinnon has already done, that adds to the strength of the Chiefs' offense, where they have a formidable backfield as well. Kelsey in motion, Mahomes out of the shotgun, 2nd and 6. One man in the backfield with Mahomes. Mahomes has a clean pocket. He delivers a strike to McKinnon. McKinnon barrels forward for a first down, but he's going to be shy for about a yard. So another third down, important for Cincinnati here. Although with Andy Reid, they might consider this 2-down territory. But let's do one thing at a time. That time, McKinnon had to come back for the pass. I think that's what cost Kansas City the first. Kansas City the first down. If Mahomes led him a little bit more, it probably would have ran for the first down. But there was a danger of the defense catching up to him if he did lead him. Play action pass, perfect strike to Kelsey. Kelsey gets close to the 4-yard line. Another first down. They can't be stopped. 1st and goal. Mahomes on a play action. Kelsey looked like he was staying in the block, then came off the block, was wide open, and it's just not fair right now. He's brought down before he could get into the end zone. But this Kansas City offense right now is a machine. 1st and goal. Number 17 in motion. Play action pass. Hits number 17 for a touchdown. Who's that? Pringle? Is that my man Pringle? No, Hardman. Okay. So Hardman, who had the big bomb catch earlier, now gets a touchdown pass. Number 12 for Mahomes in championship play. I mean, this guy is unbelievable. I mean, they showed all the other quarterbacks and as many touchdowns as they had, but they didn't show how many interceptions. As of now, Mahomes has 0 interceptions in the championship game to go along with his 12 touchdowns. Extra point is good. Kansas City up 21-3. And Mosa's games seems to be going pretty fast. Yeah, I mean, when you have completion after completion, run after run, the clock doesn't stop. When do we have a chance for the clock to stop other than, especially when Kansas City has possession? They're showing a commercial for the new Batman movie. That looks good. I've learned not to criticize the Batman, right? I mean, we've been doing this for like ever. I mean, I don't know how many people are old enough to remember. I mean, when Michael Keaton was first announced as Batman, I don't think he was not received all that well. He was a comic guy. He was mostly in comedies, right? He had Clean and Sober, but the guy was friggin' Mr. Mom. Mr. Mom is Batman. Everybody loved that first Batman, especially. Yeah, you're missing the Batman commercial, right? And then, I mean, that period where they had Val Kilmer and George Clooney, let's just forget that. Christian Bale, I don't recall either way how Bale was received when he was named Batman. But I do know everybody went nuts when Affleck was named Batman, and I thought Affleck did a good job as Batman. And then when Patterson was named as the new Batman, everybody lost their minds. And based on what I've seen, he looks like he's going to be good. So we'll see. And interesting, since we're talking about pop culture, I don't know if Mo, you might not know this, but they had Tom Cruise do a little promo for the playoff game, talking about Kansas City and Cincinnati and all that. And obviously, it was part of the promotion for the Maverick movie that's coming out. It was on, like the Keaton one was on last night. Nice. I still like that first Batman. I don't think it was as good as the Nolan ones and the recent ones, but it certainly was good. I don't think Nicholson was as good a Joker as Heath Ledger or Joaquin. But back to my Tom Cruise point, it's interesting to see Tom Cruise doing that kind of promo because he's one of the few big Hollywood actors, and I'm talking about in the history of going way back from the '60s, who's never worked in television, right? He never. Tom Cruise is one of the few guys I can't think of. He never did television, and here he is doing a promo for the playoff game on television. I thought that was interesting. And Mo says Nicholson was okay, not the best, but better than Leto's. Mo killing Jared Leto, and there's the first big pass to Jamar Chase for about 6 or 7 yards on first down. Kansas City obviously has got to make something happen here. 4:45 to go in this first half. Second and four. Yeah, I mean, I just don't think Jared Leto had enough screen time as the Joker to really judge him. Hand off to Mixon, who's met in the backfield, so it's going to be another third down conversion for Joe Burrow. I mean, to me, I still think Heath Ledger was the best Joker. I can understand Joaquin Phoenix, but to me, that Dark Knight is still probably, if I would have to think about it, but off the top of my head, that Dark Knight was probably my favorite superhero movie of all time. I mean, when it came out, everybody went nuts about how good it was, and I think people have forgotten it. Mo says he likes Leto in the Snyder cut. Yeah, he had some more time in the Snyder cut. Big pass by Burrow to number 85 to convert on the third down to keep possession. So that's a big time strike by Burrow that they needed desperately to Higgins. Throw is a little high, but Higgins is an athletic receiver, and he did a good job of getting up there and securing the possession. 3:07 to go. And what makes this even more important, forget about you're already down 21-3, yeah, but Kansas City does get the ball back started the third quarter. Cincinnati on about their own 41-yard line, 1st and 10, play action pass, pressure coming, and Burrow just throws it to the ground. You got to be careful about an intentional grounding there. 2nd and 10, 2:48 to go in this first half. And Jared Leto is going to be Morbius now. Did you know that, Mo? I'm sure you knew that. When's that coming out? I want to see that. 2nd and 10, Burrow out of the shotgun. It's certainly loud. Chiefs fans are certainly making a lot of noise. Here comes a blitz. Bengals pick it up momentarily and give enough time for Burrow to scramble out and deliver another perfect strike to Higgins. So the Bengals putting up a fight on this last possession. End of the second quarter. Another great throw on the run that the stationary quarterbacks of the 70s and 80s, there weren't many quarterbacks who could throw on the run like that back in the day. It's just a different game. Not to say one is better than the other, it's just clear that it's different. Nowadays, it seems like every quarterback could throw on the run more or less. And Burrow does not get the play off. That'll be the 2-minute warning. So this is the best work that the Bengals have done so far in this half. And they want to get at least a field goal attempt out of it. And I just found out this morning, Fran Tarkenton, yeah, he was. Fran Tarkenton was a good scrambler. But he was, if you watch any of his games, he wasn't as effective throwing on the run as what you see today. When Fran Tarkenton scrambled, it was to get out of there. He wasn't looking to throw. You don't see the kind of throws that these guys make on the runs and on a regular basis. You didn't see all that much. Staubach was probably better at it than Tarkenton. In the 80s, Elway was very good at it. But I've watched a lot of Minnesota with Tarkenton, and he was a good scrambler. But when he took off, he was usually keeping it. He wasn't throwing on the run all that much, at least in the games I've seen. And I've seen quite a few of the Vikings playoff games. They're all over YouTube. Mo says, good point. That's the only kind I make. Like guys like Archie Manning, I don't remember seeing a whole lot of Archie Manning, but it was another one that seemed like that was his kind of game where good scrambler, but not throwing on the run. I mean, especially Mahomes, he gets out of the pocket, not to run all the time, but to move out of the way and get passes off, right? I mean, of our period, the 80s, Steve Young was a great scrambler. Cunningham, obviously Vic later. But to me, scrambling is a little bit different than delivering consistent passes on the run, scrambling out of the pocket just to get position to throw, right? Young was an unbelievable scrambler, but I don't know if he was throwing on the run all that much either. I haven't seen it. I haven't watched any Steve Young games lately. Okay, Burrow now under center. Hands off to Mixon. Not a lot of blocking there, and Mixon's met in the backfield. Another loss. So the Kansas City defense is showing up. Mo said Flutie. Let's leave Flutie out of it. Poor guy. No, who else was a pretty good scrambler? My man Theismann. But again, Joey T would usually run to take off, and then he would do that little slide. Good pass by Burrow. Good run after the catch by number 34. And it looks like he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Perrine, big touchdown, J. Perrine. Little pass to the backfield, and that's all about the yak on that one. Look at this yak. Great block right there. Blown tackle. And then nobody can catch him. Touchdown. Big response by Burrow and the Bengals. We still got a game. The Bengals defense just got to come to the party, though. Because what this does is, with a minute 5 to go, Kansas City still has 2 timeouts. They're not going to sit on this ball. They're going to try to make something happen in the second quarter. Extra point is good, 21-10. And what I love about and Bradshaw is pretty good running too. There's a lot of good scrambling quarterbacks that we obviously are coming up with. But I don't know if they was throwing on the run like we see these guys do, especially Mahomes on a regular basis. And what I loved about Theismann was he was a little guy. He was barely 6 feet, under 200. Played with the single bar. Still my favorite quarterback of all time, Joe Theismann. Second, Terry Bradshaw. Yeah, throwing on the run, Elway was the gold standard back in the day. But now there's so many guys who could do it. And Mr. Mahomes is definitely slowly becoming one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time. Doug Williams, even though he had a very small window of success with Washington, I love him. But Burrow came up with the goods there when they needed it the most. 21-10. They're a turnover away from making this game very interesting. The Kansas City offensive machine, though, has not yet been stopped. They're going to have to be stopped. Look at this. And now you got a commercial with Eli Manning, Jerome Bettis. They're on a bus. Eli Manning singing, looking like a wacko. So with that possession of this game, still hangs in the balance of being interesting. 21-10, second quarter, minute 5 left. If you're Kansas City with 2 timeouts, you definitely go for something here. Let's see what the kick return is going to do in terms of field position. And it is a short squib kick. Kansas City fields it, and they return it. They don't get past the 20s. Still a minute one to go with two timeouts. What do you do if you're Kansas City? Right, and since we were talking about the Rams before and Everett and obviously Mo and his Giants, and one of the greatest playoff games of all time was that Flipper Anderson game. And one of the things I remember about that game is Parcells decided to throw at the end of the first half with Sims, and he threw a bad interception. Let's see what they do. Mahomes, empty backfield, quick pass that goes through the hands of Hardman. That could have been dangerous. Incomplete pass takes virtually no time off the clock, so we still have 58 seconds to go and two timeouts. Kansas City is still going to be aggressive, I think. You remember that Flipper Anderson game ended the first half? Sims threw a bad interception. Mahomes out of the shotgun again, 2nd and 10. This time he has a running back with him. Looks like McKinnon this time. He's a little bit of a smaller, longer frame. And McKinnon stays in the block. Mahomes has time. He goes downfield and he hits a wide open Hill. Hill tries to make a move and then he decides to go out of bounds to save the time. 49 seconds. I don't know what Mahomes' overall numbers are in this game. He has the touchdown passes, and I don't think he's had many incompletions at all. We'll get his numbers when the first half finishes. That was another situation where he had a clean pocket and he stepped up and threw a perfect pass. Didn't have to worry about running that time. Out of the shotgun again. This time Kansas City's at midfield, still with two timeouts. Throws a floater to Hill, who's met immediately and taken down, but another big first down throw. And Kansas City marches once again. And they take their first time out. So with the 41 seconds, and now, they're probably thinking more than field goal at this point. They're going to take their shots in the end zone, I think, here. And why not? Just a phenomenal offensive half by Kansas City. Let's see while we're waiting. And here we are right back, so I'll hold that thought. Mahomes back on the field, one timeout, 41 seconds to go. So far, Kansas City, 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. Mahomes, there we go, 15 out of 17, 201 yards to go along with the 3 touchdowns. He's looking to add to that in this first half. Out of the shotgun, McKinnon in the backfield. He goes in motion. Some pressure coming in. Mahomes steps up and delivers a pass to Kelsey, who's at the 30. Gets down to about the 30 to 28. Not quite in the red zone. Clock is ticking. Mahomes out of his shotgun, hurrying it up. Another strike, this time to number 13, who does get inside the red zone, and another timeout for Kansas City. So now with no timeouts with 13 seconds to go, the Chiefs have to be careful if they want to at least get a field goal attempt. And now I think you either got to go sideline or take a shot at the end zone. You can't. I don't think you can get away with more stuff over to the middle. But just like that, they get downfield and they get into the red zone. So let's see what Andy Reid and the offense dials up. Mahomes out of his shotgun again. Good time. Does go to the end zone, but it's way out of the end zone. There is a flag. We'll see about the flag. If it's pass interference, that's going to put Kansas City in a great possession. If it's just the defensive holding, they'll just move up 5 yards. Definitely grabbed, and they do call it pass interference. So with 9 seconds to go, that's going to change things up. That's going to open up. Now we got a first and goal. Only 9 seconds. Let's see what Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator, has in store. Ball is at the 1 yard line with 9 seconds to go, but no timeouts. Mahomes out of the shotgun. You might, if you do it right, and there's a timeout by the Bengals. If you do it right, you might even get two cracks at the end zone with 9 seconds. Obviously, the Chiefs want to get in on the first crack. So far, a dominant performance by Cincinnati, but Joe Burrow has shown some fight. But he's getting absolutely no help from the defense. They're going to have to come up with something now. 21-10, 9 seconds to go. First and goal on the one. Mahomes once again out of the shotgun. He rolls to his left and just skips. Nothing was there, so he throws an incomplete pass. 5 seconds to go. You would have to think they go for the field goal now. That play wasted 4 seconds. I'm not sure you want to gamble again. Although with Mahomes and Reed always been a gambler, they might try another crack at the end zone. And it looks like that's the case. Mahomes out of the shotgun again. This has got to be a quick decision if they want the field goal. Play action pass to Hill. Hill is going to get stopped, and they're not going to get anything. Interesting. He threw it to Hill, but Hill couldn't run into the end zone. So the first stop of the game by the Bengals. Fakes the handoff, throws a little screen to Tyreek Hill, who had to turn around to get the ball. And that took away his forward momentum, and Cincinnati was able to get a tackle there. Not so sure if I like that. Mahomes tried to call a timeout, but there was no time to be had. So that's the end of the first half. Kansas City 21, Cincinnati 10. Kansas City gets the ball start of the third quarter, and that's when we'll be back here on this championship weekend. Alrighty, we are back here at Zoot Sports Talk where we're bringing you this AFC Championship game straight up with no twist. And remember, you can follow me on Twitter at Zoot Sports Talk. You could like Zoot Sports Talk on Facebook if you are a Facebooker. And Zoot Sports Talk on YouTube has just gotten underway, so give us a follow there as well. And whoever the 25th follower is of Zoot's Sports Talk here on Twitch will have their chance at a prize. Either you will get a copy of the Roberto Duran's book, I Am Duran, that he wrote himself, or a Chase variant figure of Russell Westbrook when he was on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Only 1,000 of those figures are made. I have one, and I'm willing to give it to the 25th follower of Zoot's Sports Talk. You have your choice of the Duran book or the Westbrook figure. When we get to the 25th, we'll see who that lucky follower is. I'm not sure if Mo is still with me, but I did have a question for him. And if he is, because earlier today in our conversations off the air, he said that he would be shocked if the Niners won today. And I didn't get a chance to ask him why. Why would you be if you're still there? Why would you be shocked if the Niners won today when they've already beaten the Rams something like 6 games in a row? What about today gives them little chance in your mind? Now, I think Trent Williams is a tough go. I don't know if he's still going, and I get that it's going to be a tough ask if Trent Williams is not playing. And I also don't know. I mean, there hasn't been anything that I've seen on the injury reports for Debo Samuel, but he certainly looked banged up and a little bit damaged at the end of that Packer game last week. But obviously, there's going to be fantastic weather in this game in Los Angeles, SoFi Stadium. But I don't know if Mo is still with us or if he's going to come back. But I would love to know why he thinks that the Niners have no chance. I mean, if you're saying you'd be shocked if they won, I have to assume you think they have no chance. And here we go, the premiere of Halo on Paramount Plus. And I do have Paramount Plus. So I'll be checking this out. Halo. Even though I've never played Halo in my life, it looks like it could be a good series. Halo on Paramount Plus. I'm ready. March 24th. That's like the last thing I need is another television show to watch. But hey, why not? What is life if you don't enjoy what you like? And I was going to say before, I forgot, and I might as well say it now. I was like a kid on Christmas this morning when I found out that Showtime made a Ray Donovan movie. I didn't know that. Oh, my wife and I are big Ray Donovan fans. We'll probably try and watch that thing rather soon. I thought the Ray Donovan series was over, and I was kind of like unhappy. I wanted it to keep going. And they made a movie, Ray Donovan the movie. So I'm going to catch that on Showtime sometime this week. Oh, yeah, we could do pop culture too. I could talk to you about that all day. We got a lot of stuff coming our way in terms of that. We got Morbius. We got the new Batman movie. If you're a Top Gun fan, you got Maverick coming out. Not so much a Top Gun fan, but I'll probably see it anyway. Not sure what else is coming our way, but on in terms of big movies, but on the television and streaming services, I still got to catch the Book of Boba Fett. Might try and do that this week too. I know Kong is dying for me to watch Invincible. and I got to see about when. My plan for Invincible is watching the first and second seasons back to back. But if Invincible season two is not going to come out till like December, I might check that out earlier than that. I thought by now season two would be at least on the horizon. It could be. I don't know. I haven't looked to see if it's coming. Final season of Walking Dead is coming in a couple of weeks. I'm pumped up about that. I still haven't watched the new season of Doom Patrol. I just haven't gotten around to sitting down and doing that. Hey, what's up, Diggs BTW? Welcome. A new member to the chat. And how's it going out there, Diggs BTW? What are you thinking of this game so far? We Kansas City, Team Bengals. What's our deal here? Well, how do you like the action so far? Big second half coming up, where the Bengals defense has to respond. They did a good job of stopping Kansas City from adding to their lead at the end of the second half, second quarter rather. And now they got a tall ask again to stop Mahomes at the start of this third quarter. Well, we'll see about that. But yeah, there's so much. I mean, between sports and pop culture, I don't know which way I'm coming or going in terms of what to do. But all good problems to have. And Mahomes has just been amazing. I mean, if you're going to be critical of Kansas City, I really think they blew a real good opportunity to get points at the very end there. Uh, if they wanted to go for the end zone there with seconds to go, they needed to call a play that was a strike to the end zone, nothing open, throw it out of bounds. They got cute with a little screen pass to Hill, and they wind up not getting any points out of it. But in a game that's still reasonably close at 21-10, you don't want to walk away giving those types of opportunities. But they do get the ball first, and they have been unstoppable up till now. They are at home. I mean, if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan, or if you have some kind of a bet with Kansas City, you couldn't ask for a better start. And right now we're looking at Mr. Romo and Mr. Nance. I'm not really hearing anything they're saying. I'm trying to read Romo's lips. Is anyone up for such a task to try and read Tony Romo's lips? I don't know. It looks like he's having fun though. And obviously, this is I don't know about the Pro Bowl. I don't really do the Pro Bowl. I'm not even sure what channel that's on. But this is going to be the last real NFL game for CBS because the Super Bowl's on NBC this year, and obviously Fox gets the NFC Championship game. But here we go, third quarter. This time the kick is returnable, and they take it up to about the 20. So here we go. Let's see what happens. Let's see what kind of halftime adjustments were made by the Bengals defense. What kind of new wrinkles does Kansas City have? They were potent in that first half because Mahomes was perfect, and they had good work out of the backfield between McKinnon and Edwards-Helaire chipping in a little bit. So let's see how they start. Looks like Mahomes is a bit empty backfield right away. Nope, here comes McKinnon to join him. Mahomes is out of the shotgun. McKinnon in the backfield with him. Bengals showing blitz. Handoff to McKinnon right up the middle for a good run on first down. Call it about a 6-yard gain. Yeah, Chiefs called. Hey, Kong, welcome. Yeah, I was talking about how that was a terrible call. They just threw points away at the end of that half. After being perfect, they go and muff it at the very end of that half. 2nd and 4, empty backfield out of the shotgun. Mahomes delivers a strike to number 13 for the first down. Past the 30-yard line, at about the 32-yard line, Kansas City's on the move. And Conk says Chiefs put their halftime guys in front of giant speakers at halftime, and you couldn't hear a word they said. And I go, idiocy all over this game. Handoff out of the backfield, out of the shotgun formation. McKinnon gets a couple of yards there. It's going to be second and about 7, 3-yard gain there. Yeah, Kong ignoring the 3 touchdown drive by Mahomes and just some great football up until that point. But there ain't nothing wrong with the half-empty approach. Empty backfield from Mahomes. Shotgun. Good snap. Mahomes has time. Can't find anybody. Runs up. Throws it past to Hill, but it's not catchable. It would have been a tough catch for Hill. He had a guy all over him, so incomplete pass. Going to be 3rd and 7. And now we see the Bengals tight end coming out on crutches. He's done for the game. Yeah, I mean, who wants to hear Boomer Esiason crying about his Bengals anyway? Guy, when he came to the Jets, he was awful. Shotgun formation on 3rd and 7 from Mahomes. Low snap. He's got to field it, and he throws Kelsey out of Kelsey's reach. That would have been a great catch by Kelsey, but just out of his reach. So for the first time in the game, Kansas City will have to punt. That was a terrible snap. It actually bounced, and Mahomes had to field it on a hop and get rid of it quickly. It would have been a great catch by Kelsey, but it was a tad out of his reach, so the Chiefs will have to punt. Oh, Joe Burrow and the Bengals are very much alive. Kick is returnable at about the 18-yard line. Taylor is stopped. So here come Joe Burrows and the Bengals. 21-10 early in this third quarter. We might have us a game just yet. It's going to be a big ask for the Bengals to continue to stop Mahomes in the offense. But one thing at a time. Right now, Joe Burrow's got to get his second good drive going of the game. And you see early on how this AFC is going to be special for quite a few years because Joe Burrow showed you what he's made of at the end of that second quarter. And now you get a chance to add to that momentum. But in football games, momentum comes and goes like the wind. Bengals have momentum right now, but that could easily change. And then that's when Kong will say the Chiefs are going to win again. Kong's already picking the Bengals to win. One bad decision by Cincinnati, and then he'll be saying that Kansas City's going to win. I could guarantee you that. But The one thing that's important is, we still have an interesting game, and that means the fans aren't going anywhere, right? They're still watching. They're still tuning in. And we have two new followers, well, two new viewers. We got Skyrim Addict 21, who also followed us. And we had a new joiner to the chat, Diggs BTW. But as of now, Diggs hasn't said much other than what's up and hasn't followed us. Remember, the 25th follower here on Twitch has a chance to either win a Russell Westbrook Chase variant figure, only 1,000 were made, or Roberto Duran's autobiography, I Am Durant. So 21-10, 12:47 to go. Joe Burrow gets another chance. As of now, Jamar Chase hasn't been a major factor. Let's see what they do. Burrow under center. Look for a play action pass here. There we go. Play action pass. Burrow looking to go deep. And he has a wide open number 85. Big strike down past midfield down to the 40-yard line. And quickly the Bengals are in their own territory. And Kong is like, see, the game's over. Bengals won. Everybody go home. But Burrow did deliver a big strike there. You don't want to give Joe Burrow too many looks. That time play action pass, I saw it from a mile away. Obviously the Chiefs did not. Burrow once again under center. This time I do think they'll hand off to Mixon, who's had some good runs in this game. And there's Mixon off tackle. Chiefs do a good job to pursue him and take him down after about a 1-yard gain. Kong says on to the Rams game. Don't chase our audience away, Kong. This game is going to go down to the wire, and you know it. 2nd and 9, third quarter. Joe Burrow with a big strike. Now let's see what they dial up. It looks like he's going to be out of the shotgun for the first time on this drive. He's checking some signals there. He's got men in motion. It's got to be loud there. There's the snap. Tight snap, but it doesn't look like they got it off. Pre-snap penalties. We haven't seen any in this game yet, and there's the first one. Delay a game. See, Kong, it's all over. Delay a game. Chiefs are going to win. Kong says, I like to think of myself as Jimmy the Greek on crack. Jimmy the Greek, who predicted that the Rams would win the 1985 NFC Championship game with Dieter Brock against the Bears. I don't know if you remember that. 2nd and 14, Burrow out of the shotgun, quick strike that was thrown into coverage. And the only person who had a chance to catch that was a Chiefs defender. 3rd and 14. As I said before, momentum in football games turn on a dime, and that delay of game might have taken the Bengals' momentum away. They could easily get it back here by converting this 3rd and 14. But that's the beauty of this game. That's the beauty of one and done. Things can change momentarily. Here we go, out of the shotgun. Burrow needs to convert. He goes downfield, and again, the coverage is good for Kansas City. It's going to be 4th and long. Right? How many momentum swings have we seen in this game already? And this game is not really that monumental. I mean, for so long, it looked like Kansas City was going to bury Cincinnati. Then towards the end of the half, you're like, maybe Cincinnati could do something. Maybe they could at least stay in it, keep it interesting. And then when Burrow gets that big pass off on play action, and you're like, all right, now the Chiefs are reeling a little bit. But then a delay of game penalty, and now it's all in the Chiefs' favor again. The punt does pin Kansas City back inside the 10. Hardman wants a penalty for running into the kicker, but no such laundry. We haven't seen many penalties in this game at all. The delay of game penalty is the big one, and that one you had to throw. You couldn't get away with not throwing that. But I think it's painfully obvious that the officials are letting them play, and they're trying not to decide this game. So that was a big one, right? And you just don't know what is going to swing it. And as pre-snap penalties are the biggest thing that you have to try and avoid, especially when you're the road team. Right? Typically, it's false starts, but that time it was a delay of game, and that is directly attributed to the noise in Kansas City, which makes it so difficult to win playoff games there. Kong says he's rooting for the Bengals just because of that bonehead call before halftime. Kong has little forgiveness in his heart. I'm just rooting for this game to stay interesting throughout. Nothing was worse is when I was streaming that Bills Patriots game. That was horrible. We had a good one last Saturday with the Niners and the Packers. It's much harder to do this when the game stinks. So right now we'll see. And Kong is right about one thing, that was a terrible call. They threw points away, precious points in the playoff game. And then in their very next possession, for the first time all day, they got a punt. So that's telling. But that doesn't mean that's going to be sustained throughout the rest of this game. Mahomes has to be able to put that in the back of everybody's minds by getting another good drive going. And that's what we're going to see coming up. And Kong has a lot at stake because, he wants his Rams to get there. And this is going to be a tough task because the Chiefs are inside the 10. Mahomes is out of the shotgun. Edwards-Helaire is in the backfield. Hardman was in motion. Now he's set. Fake handoff to Edwards-Helaire. Now screen to Edwards-Helaire. He makes a good move to make something out of nothing and about a good 4-yard gain on that first down. So it's going to be 2nd and 6. Kansas City still deep in their own territory. This is the chance for the Bengals defense to really make something happen. It's also a chance for Mahomes to show how good he really is, right? This is where you separate yourself from being great or from being Aaron Rodgers. Quick handoff to Hardman. Good play call there, and Hardman gets the first down. Quick snap to Hardman. They fooled everybody. Important first down. Right? When you're deep in your own territory, you want to get those first downs. You want to depend on high percentage plays that's going to get you in a good position to move the chains, and that's what we saw Kansas City do. Good play calling by Bieniemy on those first 2 plays. An excellent execution by Mahomes. Here we go, out of the shotgun. Hand off to Edwards-Helaire, who gets a good run on first down. Barrels forward to about the 26-yard line. So they're moving further away from their own end zone, and that's the first goal. Maybe about 10 more yards, and then you could open up the playbook a little bit more. But now I still think you got to worry about taking care of the football and calling high percentage plays. And why not when you're getting 2, 3, 4 yards on first down? You're meeting your goal. 2nd and 6, empty backfield. Mahomes out of the shotgun. Good protection. Nobody open. Pocket collapses. He's on the run, and he throws it out of bounds. So here's the chance for the Bengals to get the ball back. 3rd and 6. So now that I don't think was a good play. I don't like that play choice by Bieniemy. 2nd and 6, I either would have went back to the run or try to some kind of slant to Kelsey or Hill. But what do I know? I'm sitting here on my couch. 3rd and 6, big play of the game. Momentum swinger once again. Hardman in motion. Mahomes out of the shotgun. Good protection. Steps up and can't complete it. Looked like that one could have been caught. Number 13 missed it. It looked like a good throw. That just was not caught. Let's see the replay. Little holding there. Once again, the officials letting them play. Ball was slightly out of reach, but that's one you got to catch. But I think it was clear to me Cincinnati got away with a holding penalty there. Nevertheless, Kansas City will have to punt. 8:45 to go in the third. Fair catch is called, so Burrow will once again get a chance. Chiefs have been stuck on 21 for quite a while. And I could hear Kong right now. See, that's because of that stupid play. So when it's all said and done, who will be in the Super Bowl? We have chances for rematches, and we have some chances for first-time matchups, do we not, right? Bengals Rams. Actually, Bengals Rams is the only chance for a brand new Super Bowl matchup, right? This if Kansas City wins. Oh no, we haven't seen a Kansas City Rams Super Bowl either. Check that. So we do have a couple of options. Bengals, Niners, Kansas City, Niners. If the Niners get in, we don't get an original matchup. If the Niners get in, we get either Niners Bengals for the third time or Niners Chiefs for the second time. So still an interesting Sunday ahead. I guess Mo is gone because he never explained, he never answered why he would be shocked if the Niners won today. Maybe we'll get Mo back a little bit later to explain. But what looked like a walk away from for Kansas City is still a very interesting game. And what I said earlier, what I like about Cincinnati's offense is they have good, quick play, quick strike ability. And I think if they're gonna win this game, I think they're gonna need one of those big plays where they get the whole ball of wax on some kind of downfield pass, some kind of bomb play. The one touchdown they did get was on a spectacular run after the catch by Perrine, where you had good blocking. You also had sloppy tackling by Kansas City. But Jamar Chase up till now 3 targets, only 8 yards. They're doing a good job of taking him out of the game. Handoff to Mixon, gets a good run on first down. Goes out of bounds. I think he got about 7 on that one. No, only 5? Okay. I guess I saw that incorrectly. So it's going to be 2nd and 5. Good run on first down nonetheless. You'll take 5 yards on a first down run all day. 2nd and 5 still opens up the playbook. I like a play action pass here. Nope, Burrow's out of the shotgun. Quick strike delivered short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and short. Sample, who's now has the bulk of the tight end duties. 3rd and 1. 2 good high percentage plays by the Bengals put him in a good position to convert on 3rd down. And we see Tyreek Hill looking a little confused. Hardman there. Did the Kansas City offensive bubble burst early in this game? 2 straight punts after that blown call and a sneak by Burrow, and he's good. Look for a moment there, Burrow was going to be stopped on the QB sneak, but forward momentum gets him a first down easily. Burrow is a big boy. He should be able to sneak on 3rd and 1 all day, every day. Well, one thing Kong is right about that botched play at the end of the first half has certainly carried over to the rhythm of the Kansas City offense rather. There's a pitch by Burrow to Mixon, who's met in the backfield. That's going to be a loss. Good run pursuit there by the Chiefs defense. And I just hate those pitch plays. But there is a flag on the play, maybe a face mask, possibly a hold. A rare piece of laundry on the field in this championship game. Who's it against? Oh, unsportsmanlike conduct, it looks like. Number 84 shoving one of the Kansas City defenders after the play. That's not smart. That'll take away momentum in a heartbeat. That's going to make it 2nd and 10. The Kansas City crowd getting into it. They're trying to force another pre-snap penalty. Bad snap on the shotgun, and Burrow is helpless. He's trying to escape, and he does. Throws on the run. Perfect strike to Chase. Unbelievable. Joe Burrow. LSU connection, making something out of nothing. Right? Part of the great athletic ability of these quarterbacks of today. Dead to rights, is on the run, and Burrow delivers a strike. For the first time all day, the LSU connection makes a big impact. Still 21-10, 5:40 to go in this 3rd quarter. Bengals knocking on the door, handoff to Mixon, maybe a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 9. Oh, they don't even give him the yard. 2nd and 10. What a great moment to be a football fan. Look at all these fantastic quarterbacks in the AFC especially. Offensive talent, all kinds of offensive talent everywhere. How could you not love it? 5:05 to go, 2nd and 10. Incomplete pass. That time it was Chase, but it looks like we're going to get a pass interference flag on that one. So now the laundry's coming out a little bit more. That was a clear pass interference, though. He was all over Chase on that one. So Jamar Chase in this 3rd quarter is making an impact. A little too aggressive by the Kansas City defender. They're going to get a flag on that one all day, every day. Kong says Mahomes is not smiling now. Well, indeed, it doesn't matter how you start or how you finish. Who will be smiling at the end of this one? First and 10 on the fast interference. Cincinnati, Burrow coming with the pressure. Good screen pass, circus catch by Mixon and gets all the way down inside the 10. It's going to be first and goal for Cincinnati. Another beautiful play by Burrow when the heat was coming. Beautiful touch pass to Mixon, who makes a one-handed catch. The athletic ability in this game on both sides of the offensive ball has been incredible. Burrow out of the shotgun. Watch for the play action. There we go. Play action pass. Pressure coming, and Burrow is sacked. There is a flag. What is this going to be? This is a big penalty. Holding on Cincinnati penalty will be declined. Second down. Big sack by Kansas City. Clear hold by number 75, but he gets the sack. He gives up the sack anyway. How does that make you feel as an offensive lineman? You get flagged for the hold, but you still give up the sack. Second and goal now. Bengals are pushed back at about the 18. Burrow out of the shotgun, empty backfield. Tense moment in the game. Pressure coming, and the ball is tipped down, incomplete. That time they were bringing the house. I don't know. Maybe Mahomes is smiling a little bit more now. Probably still not as much, but he's rooting his defense on, I'm sure. Kansas City defense needs to come up big one more time. Third and goal on the 18. Tough spot for the Bengals. At this point in the game, I would think you kick the field goal if you don't get in the end zone here. I think there's still enough time. But they want touchdown. Shotgun screen pass. Chiefs are all over it. It's going to be decision time. It's going to be fourth and goal at about the 12-yard line, and I think you got to go for the field goal here. No, looks like Burrow's coming off. You got a kicker who's automatic, especially at this distance. This will make it 21-13 with still plenty of time to go. And indeed, they will kick the 3. Rookie kicker Evan McPherson's gotten a lot of attention after last week. 31-yard attempt. You could probably do this with his eyes closed. And it's perfect. So there you got a little bit of everything on that drive. Excellent play by Butler. There is a flag. Let's see the flag. First half, you had hardly any penalties. Now we're getting quite a few. Not sure. Doesn't look like whatever the flag is, it's going to affect the result of the field goal. But that drive, you saw a little bit of everything, right? You saw how good Burrow could be. You saw Jamal Chase involved. But you also seen a Kansas City defense who at the beginning of the year looked absolutely awful, come up big. And Kong says, let's go Bengals. He's all in with Cincinnati. Bengals D is going to have to come up with another stop. They've done a good job on the last 2 drives. Kong says, I'm rooting against my own pick. And I just put in the chat, Kong wouldn't be Kong if he didn't. I mean, have you ever stuck to a pick during the course of a game? I don't think so. Certainly not when you've been on here with us. But you certainly sense that Mahomes has to come up big here, otherwise, Cincinnati victory becomes that much more realistic, right? At the very least, you want to take time off the clock. You want to still have, if you don't get a quick score, you want to still have possession at the start of the fourth quarter. You want to start thinking about clock because it's 21-13, and you're going to have to, I think, score more points if you want to get to the Super Bowl. I don't think Cincinnati is going to lose this game if they hold Kansas City to 21 points. Kansas City is going to have to score at least another field goal if they want to win this puppy. Probably much more than that, but you get the point. But the one thing I will say is the breakdowns of the Kansas City defense have been more about the Chiefs not executing and some questionable play calling rather than Cincinnati's defense uh, establishing any sort of momentum or dominance. It's been more about poor execution than solid defense. At least that's what I'm seeing. So here we go, kick return. Will it be returnable? Doesn't look like it. So Mahomes will start on the 25-yard line. The last couple of possessions, Mahomes has missed his receivers. Let's see if he can get back to that accuracy that he had earlier in the game. I would try and get McKinnon more involved. They seem to have gone away from him a little bit. Mahomes out of the shotgun, McKinnon in the backfield, and there's a handoff to McKinnon, and he gets a good run on first down, about 7 or 8 yards, depending on the spot. So there you go. I think one thing is painfully obvious. I should be some kind of offensive coordinator. 2nd and 3. Big first down run. Mahomes once again out of the shotgun. McKinnon in the backfield with him. 2nd and 3. Mahomes, I think, changed the call. And there's a bad pass that's picked off and intercepted. There you go. Interception, Cincinnati. Looked like Mahomes changed the call and threw a bad pass. The first interception in the championship game for Patrick Mahomes. Faked the handoff and just threw a bad pass. And a great play by Cincinnati. There, you saw the momentum swing. You saw an excellent play on defense. Hill, the defensive lineman, deflected it and caught his own deflection for an interception. After a big run on first down, Mahomes makes his probably the worst throw he's ever made in the championship game. Now Cincinnati knocking on the door at about the 29-yard line. Burrow, let's see what he could do under center. Play action pass is coming. No, this time they do hand it off to Mixon. Forward momentum. It looked like he was going to be stopped, but he was able to get a good run on first down there. And Kong says you don't throw underneath with 0 timeouts and 5 seconds. God will punish you. Kong getting spiritual here. 2nd and 5. Big first down run for Mixon. 5 yards. Kansas City defense is going to have to come up with the goods again. The crowd's doing their part. They're making noise. Shotgun formation. Snap is good. Burrow hits Chase wide open inside the 10. First and goal, Cincinnati. 21-13. Kansas City has not scored in this entire second half. This is turning out to be another classic playoff game. Burrow under center. Number 85 in motion. Nixon in the backfield, mixing with the handoff. He gets stopped initially, comes forward. It's going to be second and goal at about the 3. Now here, I think it's got to be 4-down territory. You got to be thinking end zone or bust. I don't think a field goal here. Maybe I'm wrong. I realize there's still a whole quarter to go. We're approaching 33 seconds. But I certainly would have the mindset that end zone or bust if I'm Cincinnati. Burrow under center again. Good time for a play action. And there we go. He throws in the end zone. Nobody there. He just throws it away. 3rd and goal. Good defense there by Kansas City. So where Mahomes and the Chiefs have certainly sputtered on offense, the defense of Kansas City is certainly making it tough for Cincinnati. They're earning everything they get against this defense. 3rd and goal. They're getting loud in Kansas City. Burrow out of the shotgun this time. I would hand it right off to Mixon up the middle. Let's see. Nope, Mixon goes out. 50-50 ball, touchdown. I think that was Chase. Jamar Chase, you can't shut him out for the entire game. And it's going to be 21-19. Do you go for 2 here? Kong says it's karma. Perfect strike, Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase. The defense was good, but the throw was better. And they are going to go for 2 to tie it up. So Kansas City's defense is another chance here. Man in motion, Burrow out of the shotgun. Doesn't look like that's Mixon in the backfield. Who is that? And Burrow has a perfect strike to number 11. A man in motion. Nobody covered him. That's Taylor. Kong says Kansas City blew this game for that dumb call. Well, if they do turn out to lose, that will certainly be one of the things you have to look at. And that's one of the things that would happen quite a bit pre-Patrick Mahomes for Andy Reid in the playoffs, right? Andy Reid, before Mahomes got there, was known as the coach that was always good enough to get to he was like the Aaron Rodgers of coaches. Then Mahomes came along and they finally won. Well, those were kinds of things that would happen when he was with the Eagles, and then when he had I think it was Alex Smith, right, with the Chiefs. And Andy Reid team in the playoffs would always do something stupid to lose the game. Well, let's see. We're all tied up. It's a brand new game, 21-21, heading into this 4th quarter. And Conk says, I'm telling you, they're going to lose. I think we lost Mo. We haven't heard from Mo in ages. Too bad. The minute Mo left, the game started getting good. Maybe he'll come back at the end. The Joe Burrow train continues, right? Only Cincinnati Bengals quarterback to win a playoff game on the road. And he's getting closer to winning his 2nd playoff victory on the road. Reid won't get off the hook for that call. Yeah, if they lose, he certainly shouldn't. All right, here we go. Let's see what Mahomes can do. Hardman in motion, under center, play action pass. Screen that is dropped. They can't get anything going there. Now, screen to McKinnon, incomplete. That looked like a good idea if it was executed, but that pass looked like it was just dropped. Second and 10. Still in the third quarter. Still 10 seconds to go in this third quarter. Empty backfield now. Now here comes McKinnon across. Shotgun snap is good. Pass to Kelsey to make it a more manageable third down. It's going to be third and about 3. One in doubt, go to Kelsey, and that's what they did there. That is going to end the third quarter. Big, big play coming up. Third and short. Started the fourth quarter. Tie game. Here we go. So we'll see. Here we go. Good, good game. Kansas City has not gotten a drive going since that blunder at the end of the first half. I mean, I wanted them to just go for the field goal, but if they were going to call a play, it had to be a quick strike to the end zone and just throw it away with the 5 seconds to go and no timeouts. They tried to get cute with Hill, and it cost them points, and it seems like they have not been able to recover. And like I said, other than the interception by Hill, these blunders on offense, but in Kansas City, I don't think it's been because the Bengals defense has been that stifling. It's just been poor execution. Missed passes, passes that look like they could have been caught were not. But we'll see. 15 minutes to go. Big third down play coming up. What would Cartman do in this situation? I don't know. How do you like the slideshow this time, Kong? I try to add a few new wrinkles. Well, who will be smiling at the end? My wife is going for the Bengals from the start. She picked the Bengals before the game even started. And there goes the Chiefs with that dopey tomahawk chop. Third and 3. I got to tell you, though, if the Bengals do win this game, I definitely want the Rams to win. I don't want to see Bengals Niners for the third time. But here we go, third and 3. Mahomes out of the shotgun. McKinnon in the backfield. I would just hand it off to McKinnon right up the middle. They're not going to do that. He moves out. Mahomes can't find anybody. He's under pressure. He scrambles out of trouble. He sets. Nobody's open, and he's going to go down. Big play by the Bengals defense there. Mahomes couldn't find anybody. Big play there. Mahomes ate the sack. Couldn't find anybody. Looked like he was going to escape. For a moment, I thought he was just going to run, but the Bengals did a good job of pursuing him. The Bengals D coming up big on 2 consecutive drives. Interception and now forcing a punt. So, yeah, with no time, yeah, it was a horrible. I don't think you were here yet, but as soon as it happened, I said that was ridiculously bad. The punt will be returnable. Bengals get some good blocking. Taylor, man on the mission, gets past the 30. So here we go. Chiefs defense is going to have to win this championship game for them. They very well may lose by 3. And they're showing the president of the Cincinnati Bengals, Mike Brown, clock hunt on the Kansas City side of the executives. Burrow under center, play action pass coming up. Here comes the heat. Good protection. Burrow gets it off, but it's intercepted. Just like that, Kansas City's D. No flags. Bad throw by Burrow. Those are the kinds of things that you can't let happen. You try to go for Chase, and it was just a bad throw. The only person that had a chance was the number 38, and he's the one that caught it. Snead for Kansas City. Kong was looking for a challenge, but the replay, I think, clearly showed it was an interception. So just like that, a bad throw by Joe Burrow, and Mahomes gets another chance to redeem himself. What does Eric Bieniemy do? Right? I remember back in the day, Chris Berman, when Eric Bieniemy was a player, he would say, "Eric's sleeping with Bieniemy." Now Bieniemy is calling the shots for the Kansas City offense. Obviously, that play aside, he's done a great job over the past few years, and people wonder why he has not gotten a head coaching job. Maybe this will be the year if he could figure out how to rejuvenate the offense and take Kansas City to their third straight Super Bowl. You would think Bieniemy would be a hot candidate to get a head coaching job. But he's going to have to really dial up some good stuff because Kansas City is totally out of sync. So let me see. Let me ask Kong if he still thinks the Bengals are going to win. That was a big play. But Cincinnati's D could erase it all by forcing a punt. This is going to be telling. I mean, they've stopped the Kansas City offense this entire half. You're asking for a lot to keep stopping them, though. And Kong says they definitely still win. Interesting. I got to say, I think this is the longest that you've stuck with a prediction since we've been here on Twitch. That was a big play by the Kansas City defense. Snead with a great interception. Kelsey in motion. Mahomes out of the shotgun. Hands off to the running back. Good hard run on first down. Gets about 4 yards. 13:45 to go. Edwards-Helaire that time on the run. 2nd and 6. Important drive in his AFC Championship game. Can Kansas City capitalize on a turnover? They're just about at midfield. Mahomes out of the shotgun again. Screen pass that's out of the reach for Helaire. Poor execution again by the Kansas City offense to make it 3rd and 6. Again, for the most part, Kansas City is shooting themselves in the foot with poor execution. They do have this Cincinnati defense does have an interception and does have a big sack, but a lot of their troubles, Kansas City, has come from things just like that. A screen pass that was just out of reach that would have resulted in good yardage had it been executed. 3rd and 6, Mahomes out of the shotgun, looked for him to go to Kelsey. He's not going to anybody. He gets taken down immediately. Sack. Now the pressure's coming, and Kansas City will have to punt. So the interception does not hurt Cincinnati at the moment. Now let's see the punt. Gets a good punt off. Will it be returnable? Fair catch is called, but it gets a Cincinnati bounce in the end zone. So everything is going the Bengals' way. Kansas City fouls to pin the Bengals back. So here comes Burrow again. So we're still tied up at 21. Right now, the only thing keeping Kansas City in this game is their defense. Can their defense come up with another big play? Well, we were at a point where it was an amazing offensive performance by Mahomes and the Chiefs, then some very questionable play calling at the end of the second quarter, which failed Kansas City to get any points, has been a game changer. The Chiefs have looked absolutely horrible on offense since that moment. One good pass to Kelsey is about the only big play that they've gotten off in this second half. And that wasn't really that big of a deal. But we're still tied. Let's see how Burrow responds. He just threw an interception. His defense bailed him out. That should count for something. It's going to be loud. And the Kansas City defense has done a fairly decent job. We'll see what happens. I wonder what happened to Mo. Probably got tied up. So here we go. Crunch time once again. Regardless of karma, the Bengals aren't winning this game if they don't put up more points. They got to score at least one more time. Let's see if they could do it on this drive. Burrow out of the shotgun, hands off to Mixon, gets decent yards on the first down run. Call it about 4 yards. They call it 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Mixon, 58 yards on the ground on 15 carries. I would try and get him involved a little bit more on the ground in this drive. When he's gotten the ball, he's gotten good yards. Burrow out of the shotgun. Mixon in the backfield next to him. Burrow fakes a handoff and scrambles out of the way, and he throws another terrible pass that looks like it was, nope, out of bounds. It was intercepted, but it looked like the defender was out of bounds. But another terrible decision by Joe Burrow, throwing it on the run where nobody was there. And it would have been an interception had he caught it if it skipped out of his hands. As that for a terrible play. Now it's 3rd and 7. Can Burrow bail them out of the shotgun once again? Pressure's coming and Burrow escapes. Look at this. Can he escape again? He does. He's going to run for the first down. Wow. How do you blow that sack? That's all strength and size by the quarterback. He gets away a second time and is able to run for the first down. That could be the deciding play there. They still got to score, of course. But that's one of those things like the Chiefs could have gave the Chiefs a little juice, and now it probably just sucked the air out of the defense. Let's see. Burrow under center. Hands off to Mixon, who's met immediately. Looks like he stopped for no gain. Unbelievable escapability. That's what makes a lot of these quarterbacks unbelievable. I mean, they're so big and athletic now. They could escape those things. And you shouldn't be all that surprised, even though you are when you see it. 2nd and 9. They gave him 1 yard on that carry. Still a long way to go before they could kick a field goal. Burrow out of the shotgun. Mixon in the backfield. Screen pass. Not much after the catch. It's going to be 3rd and long. So once again, Burrow's going to have to deal with the noise of the crowd. And the offense is going to have to come up with a big 3rd down play. Kelsey's looking worried. One more chance. I'm sure the offense for Kansas City is like, one more chance. We don't want to get the ball back down. Defense is going to have to come up with the goods again if that's going to be the case. Burrow out of the shotgun. Pressure's coming. He steps up again. Looks like he's going to run for another first down close to midfield. Once again, the pocket collapses, but Burrow escapes. And those are the kinds of things that you would expect maybe a hold, but the officials are not calling penalties all that much in this game. There was a little spurt there where they were throwing flags, and it looks like Kansas City got away with a little face mask. Cincinnati trying to make the dream happen. Looks like they're getting closer to it, close to midfield. 1st and 10, shotgun. He fakes the handoff. He's got all kinds of time, but it looks like the whistle was blown. Play has been stopped. Why? Was there a timeout? Bengals called a timeout, so that's big. Timeouts in the second half of playoff games are precious, and Cincinnati just wasted one. Kansas City still with all 3 timeouts. They had all 3 timeouts last week when they were behind with 13 seconds to go. Those are the kinds of things you want to remember. Why did Cincinnati call a timeout? What did they see? Was it because the play clock was going to expire? Could be. They already had a delay of game penalty earlier. 8:47 to go. We're tied up at 21. Mahomes is looking at his 3rd straight Super Bowl appearance slip away. If that's going to be a reality, he needs the defense to come up big once again. Shotgun formation, another play that seems to have stopped with Laundry. Was it a false start on Sin? It looks like illegal man in motion or something like that. No, Kansas City jumped off sides. They get the penalty. Automatic 5-yard penalty, 1st down. Defense a little overzealous there. Chase in motion, I guess, got them a little nervous. Jamar Chase went into motion and they jumped off sides. Unbelievable championship game, and we still got a long way to go. First and 5 now. Playbook is wide open for Burrow and the Bengals. He's made some bad throws, but he's gotten away with it. Out of the shotgun slant to number 85, first down and then some. Kansas City with poor tackling, get a big gain on that. Higgins close to the 30-yard line. They're in their own territory now. More and more looks like Kansas City can't figure it out. Did Andy Reid make the worst call of his life? Was the only way we're going to forget about that call is if they figure out how to win this game. Burrow on the center. Chiefs showing pressure. Looks like a false start on Cincinnati rather. Looked like the offensive lineman jumped for the Bengals. Five-yard penalty. Not that many pre-snap penalties for the Bengals, but there's the second one that I could remember. One was a delay game. Now we got a false start. First and 15, 7:34 to go. Time still not a factor, but you got to start wondering soon. Kansas City with all 3 timeouts. Cincinnati at their own 40. Now what? Another stoppage in play. What's this about? Have to put more time on the game clock, it looks like. 7:36. They put 4 seconds on the clock, so now we got 7:36 to go. First and 15. Let's see. Look for the tight end on this play as the heat's coming. Kansas City showing blitz. Bengals changing things up. Snap is good. Solid protection going downfield, but the ball's uncatchable. Try to hit Higgins again on the side, but nobody was catching that one. Second and 15. I have a feeling that the only way the Chiefs are going to win this game is if they get some kind of defensive turnover that either gives them a score or puts the Chiefs offense in the red zone. Let's see if the pressure is going to get to Burrow. The crowd is raucous. It's second and 15. Out of the shotgun. Quick pass to Chase. Good tackle, but a good catch to make it a more manageable third down play. 7:20 to go. Clock ticking. That was a good open field tackle by the Chiefs defense that time. But Burrow is poised. He's made some mistakes, but nothing that has cost his team dearly. 3rd and 8 is going to be the biggest throw of the game right now, up till now. 3rd and 8, shotgun. Snap is good. Little screen pass. Kansas City's all over it. Not a good play call. I don't like that call at all on 3rd and 8. That is a terrible call. Now what do? You kick the field goal to go up 3. Clock ticking, 6:20 to go. But that, to me, that was too conservative. McPherson has been perfect. This one's a little bit longer, but probably not a problem for him. And it is just good. Just good. I don't know. I realize the Chiefs have not been able to do anything in this second half, but I would not have played for the field goal there. I would have been a little bit more aggressive to try and get first down. I mean, you can't keep depending on Mahomes not delivering. Bengals defense is feeling it though. They're getting pressure. They've been sacking Mahomes. But I've seen this team look bad on offense and snap out of it. Let's see what happens. 24-21 Cincinnati. They're feeling it in Ohio. And Jay said that would have tied the game had Kansas City just kicked it. Well, here we are. Can the Chiefs bail themselves out? Still plenty of time. Chiefs have their 3 timeouts, but they haven't been able to get anything going in the second half. If I'm Kansas City, I'm going to Kelsey. I don't think they've gotten Kelsey involved nearly enough in this game. But Joe Burrow, the second-year quarterback from LSU, had his voice heard in the offseason. He said, I want you to draft number one, Jamar Chase. And that's exactly what they did. And they're as close as you could possibly get to being in the Super Bowl. Bengals hang on to win this game. Joe Burrow ties Boomer Esiason for most playoff wins in Bengals history. In the NFL, anyway. I'm not sure if pre-merger with Cincinnati, I think they were in the AFL. I'm not too sure. My knowledge of the AFL days are not that good at all. But here we go. Here comes Mahomes. He doesn't look like he has any confidence. Out of the shotgun, he's going to have to come up with something. Hardman in motion. Screen to Hardman. Let's see if he can get some blocking. Not much there on first down, but positive yards. It's going to make it 2nd and 6. Jay says, why are the Chiefs constantly throwing the screen in the backfield? Good question. I don't have the answer. They haven't tried anything downfield to Kelsey or Hill much at all in this second half. I think they're feeling the pressure. There we go. There's Kelsey. Stopped immediately, but close to the first down. 5:23 to go. Chiefs, all 3 timeouts. At least they've done a good job of holding on to their timeouts. Got to give them credit for that. But if I were them, I wouldn't settle for a field goal either. You want to get a touchdown and put the pressure on Mr. Burrow. But a long way to go before they could think 6. 1st and 10, they give him the first down. Mahomes out of the shotgun. It just feels like this Kansas City offense is not clicking. There we go to Kelsey again, close to the first down. So And before this drive started, I called for more Kelsey, and Kelsey's had two big catches so far. Keep letting them think about Kelsey, and that's when you go to the monster number 10. You have the weapons, you have the experience. You just got to snap out of it and get it done. 2nd and 2. Stop playing to lose. Mahomes out of the shotgun, hands off to McKinnon. He's going to be stopped short of the first down. I don't like that call either. It's going to be 3rd and 1. This is obviously a tremendous play here coming up. 3rd and 1. You got to think this is 2-down territory with the way the clock is ticking. 3:43 to go. Chiefs taking way too much time for my liking. They're not close enough to be wasting time here. Quick strike. There goes Kelsey again. First down. Big play. Crosses midfield. You have one of the greatest tight ends of all time, and this is the first time all game you're really using him other than that touchdown early in the game. More often than not, he's going to beat the coverage that's given to him. And if he doesn't beat it, that means he's double teamed, and that's when you go to your other weapons. Mahomes under center now. Quick pass. No, handoff rather to Hartman. He gets close to the first down. Chiefs are feeling it a little bit more now. And I don't think it's any accident that the minute they started going into Kelsey, good things have started happening for them. 2:47 to go. Since all Cincinnati's offense could do is watch. 2nd and 1. Chiefs are really banking on this here because they're wasting a lot of time. Play clock has stopped though on that play. Mahomes out of the shotgun. Here comes the heat. Good blocking. Hands off to McKinnon. McKinnon gets some space. He gets downfield inside the red zone. A big play there on the ground for Kansas City. Clock still ticking. 2:35 to go. Big time blocking by the Chiefs on that run by McKinnon. They're getting closer. At this point, you want nothing to do with a field goal. You want to get a touchdown. And they're going all the way down to the 2-minute warning. Will they get a playoff before then? Still in the shotgun. 2:03 left on the clock, and they're not going to snap it. So here we are, 24-21 Cincinnati. 2-minute warning. Chiefs have all their timeouts. You couldn't ask for a better ending. How is it going to end remains to be seen, but you couldn't ask for a better setup. After the 4 games last week, all coming down to the last play, this is how we start our championship weekend. You got to be kidding me. This is fantastic. How about that, Kong? The minute they go to Kelsey, you can feel it in the air now, but I think that I still worry about Kansas City. Mahomes' body language still doesn't look like he has that swagger, like he has that confidence. But give him credit. He's got him downfield, and he's made the throws to put him in the position to win this game. They still got a long way to go before they could bail out Andy Reid. So we'll see. Big passes to Kelsey and a tremendous run, tremendous execution with that McKinnon run. The blocking was on point. McKinnon just followed the blockers and got down there. Excellent setup. You're right, Kong. They should forget about that screen pass. They shouldn't do another screen pass the rest of this game. They just got too much talent out there to limit themselves to that dopey screen pass. Well, let's see. Here we go. Pressure is on. Inside the 21st and 10. 2 minutes to go. Chiefs are playing for the lead. Nothing doing for Mahomes. He scrambles, gets a few yards, has to get out of bounds to stop the clock. It's going to be second down. How many yards did they give him on that run? He didn't get that many. They gave him 4, so it's second and 6. Gets out of bounds to save the clock. Cincinnati still has 2 timeouts. Obviously, they're playing for a field goal attempt. Out of the shotgun, Mahomes has time. Here comes pressure late, though. He scrambles away. He's looking for somebody. Nobody's open, but they can't catch him. You might as well just tuck it down and run, and that's what he does, and he gets a few yards on that, and it's going to be third and a couple. Good defense there by the Bengals. Give Mahomes credit for not forcing anything. He did his best to try and figure something out, but there was nothing there, and he didn't want to throw it if he wasn't sure. And the fact that he got positive yards out of that should not go unnoticed. That's how good he is. That's how good he can be. Now it's third and 2. Look for Kelsey here. If I'm Kansas City, I'm calling something for Kelsey. If he's double teamed, look for the guy who's open. Hill. Oh, there's the flip to Kelsey. Looks close. Looks close. I think they got it. They're calling first down. That's not exactly what I was looking for Kelsey, but he got him anyway on a little flip. That was risky. They got it, though. First and goal. Now what? Cincinnati has to burn a timeout. 1 timeout left for the Bengals. Kelsey adding to his Hall of Fame resume in this game, no question about that. But they're not thinking about anything else but Super Bowl. Intense championship game here at the end. Who's going to come up with the big play? The minute the Chiefs forgot about that screen pass, they've had success. First and goal. At about the 6. Mahomes out of the shotgun. Hardman in motion. McKinnon in the backfield. Hands off to McKinnon. Breaks some tackles, but not enough. It's going to be second and goal. Clock. Cincinnati called a timeout. Clock is not moving. Cincinnati calls their last timeout. Perhaps I'm nuts. But if I'm the Chiefs, this is 4-down territory for me. I either win this game or I go home. I realize that's not going to happen, but why not say it? Second and goal. Two more chances, and then Cincinnati might see overtime. What does the offense dial up? Second and goal. You got to be very careful here. You're not close enough to really punch it in with the run, and you got to be careful with getting a deflection and a pick. McKinnon in the backfield, Mahomes out of the shotgun. Everybody's tight for Kansas City. Play action pass. Nothing is open. Mahomes is on the run, and he's going to be taken down. Third and goal. And that pushed him back. He was sacked. Big loss. Big loss. Mahomes didn't have confidence in throwing it to Hardman. That's what the play called for. 50-50 ball to Hardman, and he didn't throw it. Why would you call Hardman number there when you have Kelsey and Hill on your team? I don't get that call. Third and goal. Clock is ticking. 45. Kansas City still has all their timeouts, but I don't think any of that matters right now. They do call one. This is it. They need to get in the end zone. Big sack to make it a much harder end zone call. That was a stupid call. Why would you call Hardman there? Ignoring the fact that you have one of the greatest tight ends of all time on your team and one of the greatest receivers of all time on your team. You called number 17's number. I don't get that. Obviously, this is not considered a hard field goal, but if you're Kansas City, you got to make sure you either get a touchdown or an incomplete. I don't know what to call here. They're in a tough spot here to get in the end zone. Here's where you might see a screen, believe it or not. It doesn't look like it, though. They have an empty backfield, 5 wide, shotgun. But here comes McKinnon back in motion. McKinnon now is in the backfield. Cincinnati's backing off on pressure. Mahomes has time. Nobody's open. Nobody's open. Throw it away. And he fumbles. Kansas City falls on it, but that's going to make it a tougher field goal. Now I don't know. I don't even know if they're going to get the field goal here. Things are not. They just fell apart at the end again. He should have threw it away. Will they get away with this and get into overtime? Let's see. So what do we got here? What kind of a field goal are we looking at? Where was a chip shot? Let's see. Pressure time for the kicker. He had Kelsey. I don't know why he didn't throw to him. He probably was nervous. Should have threw it away. Pressure time for the kicker. 3 seconds to go. This is either going to end the game or send it to overtime. 44-yard attempt when it didn't have to be this far. Let's see about the snap. Cincinnati has no timeouts. They can't ice them. The kick is up, and it's good. We're going to get overtime in the AFC Championship game. Of course we are. Of course we are. So for everything else, this is going to be the 5th straight game in the playoffs that ends on the final play, regardless of what happens. Unbelievable. Now, the biggest moment of the game, Kong, heads or tails? Just when you think the playoffs can't get more dramatic, we have an overtime game in the AFC Championship game. And if you're Kansas City, you got to consider yourselves extremely lucky for getting into this overtime. And I know what Kong's thinking. If they did the right thing at the end of the second quarter, there would be no overtime. Let's see. What do they call? They called heads and they lost. They called heads and they lost. So here we go. Obviously, a touchdown wins the game for the Chiefs. That's the only way the game could end without Burrow getting the ball again with a touchdown. I am going to make the boldest prediction of all time, and I'm going to tell you right now the Chiefs are going to win this game on a kick return. They're going to return this kick for a touchdown. If that happens, what do I win if that happens? Unbelievable. Can Kansas City escape again on the coin toss? But unlike Conk says, unlike last week, I don't think it's over, even though they lost the toss. Yeah, the momentum of Kansas City certainly suggests that because they haven't gotten in the end zone since the second quarter. And they had a damn good shot at getting in the end zone at the end of the game, and they couldn't do it. So I would definitely agree with that. That's why I call kick return for a touchdown. When was the last time that has happened? A kick return ends in overtime. Regardless of what happens, an outstanding game. Kansas City is going to have to answer a lot of questions if they lose this game. If you're the Bengals, you're playing with absolute house money. That's easy to say. Obviously, the Bengal fans and the Bengals themselves are going to be crushed. But you're playing with house money if you look at it through a realistic lens. Battling the Chiefs in overtime in Kansas City. You couldn't ask for anything more out of your season if you're the Cincinnati Bengals. Obviously, you can ask for more because you're so close to the Super Bowl. But before the season started, you wouldn't have asked for more. Let's see if my prediction comes true. Doesn't even look like they're going to return it. So there you go. So still my greatest prediction of all time is when I called Aaron Boone's extra inning home run in the 2003 playoffs. I called my father and I said, Aaron Boone's hitting a home run next inning. And that's exactly what happened. I kid you not. But here we go. Chiefs have forgotten. The Chiefs have been perfect strangers with the end zone since the second quarter. Let's see. The only way they can win this game right now, and there's a bad throw right off the bat. And once again, they're going away from their bread and butter. What the hell are they doing throwing to Robinson? I don't get it. They're not going to win this game if they don't go to their big play callers. That was a terrible. Come on, they got to go back to Kelsey and Hill. They haven't gone to Hill in a minute. Quick pass. Oh, almost intercepted. Kansas City has no rhythm right now. 3rd and 10. Mahomes is falling apart. And again, they're going to Rob. Why do they keep going to Robinson? I don't understand it. Who is this guy, Robinson? Wow. They got away with the one there. So let me get this straight. We're in overtime. Touchdown wins the game. 2 pass plays, neither one to Kelsey or Hill. I just don't get it. All day, here's a pass downfield, incomplete. 3 and out for Kansas City. Was that intercepted? Cincinnati's returning it. It looked incomplete, but they're saying it was intercepted. Wow, that was an interception. I totally missed that. Let's see. Yes, it was intercepted. I missed it. It went to Hill that time. Hill was double teamed. It was uncatchable, and it popped right into the Cincinnati defender's hands. So now Cincinnati can win this game on a field goal. Unbelievable. First pass complete, and Cincinnati crosses midfield, and they can't take Higgins down. It's looking bleak now for Kansas City. Cincinnati going to get to the Super Bowl. All they got to do is kick a field goal for that dream to happen. Unbelievable. The one time they went to Hill, he was double teamed, and now they're in danger of losing this game. Hand off to Mixon, good yards, gets close to the 40. McPherson could probably kick it from here. He has that big of a leg. This is going to be a terrible loss for Mahomes, Reed, and Kansas City. All right? And everybody dismissed the fact that the Bengals already beat this team, and that's one of the things I said. Even though I picked Kansas City, I said Cincinnati could very well win this. Hand off to Mixon. It's a turnover now for the Chiefs. That's probably their only chance. Mixon gets about a yard to call it 2 yards. But they're already thinking about a field goal to end it. Where are they? They still want to get closer for a field goal. But they're not that far away. Chiefs were on their way to blowing this game out of the water, and then it all turned at the end of that second quarter. 2nd and 8. Burrow out of the shotgun. Big catch. Now they're in field goal range. Higgins again. The talented offense on the side of Cincinnati coming to fruition. Boomer Esiason must be besides himself. Great catch by Higgins there. They're probably still going to try and get closer, but they're probably in McPherson's range right now. Higgins with 103 yards on the day. Burrow 23 of 38. Not the greatest game, but coming up big when it matters. Burrow under center. Hand off to Mixon. Mixon gets closer inside the 30. Do you kick it now? Probably. 2nd and 3. I would kick it right now. Why not? This kicker is that good. Cincinnati getting closer. This would be one of the biggest comebacks in AFC Championship history. Another handoff to Mixon, and he gets inside. They might not even need the field goal. He falls down at the 10. You kick it right now, and you get out of here. Unbelievable. Mahomes and the Chiefs had a chance. They got the ball first in overtime. So I don't want to hear any more nonsense about changing the rules. If you play defense, you don't have to change the rules. And it doesn't look like they're going to kick it yet. That I don't get. Wow, why not kick the field goal here? I don't know what's going on here. They're talking to Andy Reid about something. There's some kind of challenge. And what might be Kong's best prediction of all time, he called it right away. The minute they blew the end of the second quarter, he said they were going to lose the game, and it looks like, barring a miracle, that is what indeed is going to happen. As Aunt Esther says, watch it, sucker. Don't get cute in the playoffs. They're still not kicking the field goal despite being on the 12-yard line. Another handoff to Mixon. He gets closer. He gets down to the 10. If you don't kick it now, you just don't want to win the game. Well, Mo said the same thing I did. He liked Kansas City, but he wouldn't be surprised if the Bengals won. I said the same thing as Mo. What are you talking about? I said it on the show Friday, and I gave you the reasons why. And Burrow falls down to center the field goal. So now the Chiefs' only chance is to block. This kid's not going to miss it, but the Chiefs got to go for the block. That's their only hope. Otherwise, it's all over. So here we go. McPherson to put the Bengals in the Super Bowl, and it is true. Cincinnati, Joe Burrow with the upset for the third time in franchise history. They will go to the Super Bowl. And how red does Mahomes look? He's wearing red, and he looks red. Down by 18. And they come back and win. One of the greatest performances in playoff history. Because despite Kansas City shooting themselves in the foot, The Bengals still had to execute, and they certainly did. Now, going into the game, I thought Cincinnati had a chance to win, but when it was 21-3, I didn't think they had any chance. But exactly, there you go. You can't count this team out of nothing. I said it on the show Friday. I'm not counting them out. 2 weeks in a row, they proved me wrong. I wasn't going to count them out, despite picking the Chiefs. I knew it would be a close game. And for a while, it didn't look like it was going to be a close game. And how did the Chiefs recover from this? Unbelievable. So we are about 10 or 12 minutes away from the second game. Could it possibly be any better? 5 straight playoff games and on the last play. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I don't think there's ever been a stretch of such incredible postseason games in the NFL, such incredible athletic plays by quarterbacks and receivers, comebacks. We've seen it all in this postseason, and we still have 2 games to go. Clutch, clutch, clutch. And Joe Burrow and his Bengals team has done something that no other Bengals team has done. They've won playoff games on the road. The 2 previous Super Bowl appearances by Cincinnati were all through Cincinnati. They won every playoff game at home. Cincinnati went into Tennessee and beat them, went into Kansas City and beat them. They have one more game to go to pull off a miracle year. Will it be the Niners or will it be the Rams? We shall see. Thank you all for joining us. Next stop for Burrow will be SoFi Stadium, which will be the next game coming up. Thank you all for joining us. Zoot out. Congratulations to the Cincinnati Bengals.